in 2019. I hope you had a good summer. From the turnout, it looks like we're still in a summer mode, so which is all good. I'd like to call our meeting to order and I'd like to read this statement first. This is a public meeting to consider the proposed comprehensive official plan and zoning bylaw amendments listed as item 2 to 9 on today's agenda. For the item just mentioned, only those who make oral submissions today or written submissions before the amendment are adopted may appeal the matter to the local planning appeal tribunal. In addition, the applicant may appeal the matter to the local planning appeal tribunal if council does not adopt an amendment within 150 days of receipt of this application for zoning and 210 days for an official plan amendment. A comment sheet is available at the door for anyone wishing to submit written comment on these amendments. Mr. Mark?
Mr. Chair, I apologize for not bringing this to your attention earlier. The provisions of Bill 108 came into force on Tuesday, and so the time limits are now 150 days for an OPA and 90 days for zoning. Again, I apologize for not bringing this to your attention, Chair.
No problem. So I presume the next statement will be changed. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mark. We have to be official. Declaration of interest? None. Confirmation. Before we have a regret from our colleague, Caroline Meehan. Unfortunately, her mom was deceased yesterday, so she sent her regret today. Confirmation of minute, 6th of July 4th, 2019, the Agricultural Affairs Committee. Carried. Thank you. Item number 1, commemorative naming proposal, Harold Brown Park in Rio Guban. That the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve the proposed to name the future park located in a Cardell development near the corner of Shea Road and Kirkham Crescent, the Harold Brown Park. On item 1, carried. Thank you. Item number 2 is zoning bylaw amendment, anomaly for 2953 Nixon Drive. The Agricultural Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve an amendment to the zoning bylaw 2008-250 to update the boundary of the floodplain overlay affecting a portion of the lands located on 2953 Nixon Drive as detailed in document 2. And item 2, that the Agricultural Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report be included as a part of the brief explanation and summary or written on oral public submission. Based on the item, carry. Item number 3, we do have amendment to making sure the H been removed or replaced. So I'll ask the Vice Chair to read the amendment first.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is a technical amendment for a change to the zoning details. I'll read the be it resolved. Therefore, be it resolved that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend to Council that number 4 of document 2, details of recommended zoning, be replaced with the following: to rezone the land shown in document 1 as area D from V10778R into V2E779R, and be it further resolved that pursuant to the Planning Act, subsection 3417, no further notice be given.
Okay, so on item number 3, that the Agricultural Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve the amendment to zoning bylaw 2008-250 for parts of the 6335 and 6350 Perth Street to adjust zoning boundaries, permitted rear lane, townhouses, and the related multiple attached zone provision within Phase 2 of the residential subdivision as shown in Document 1 and detailed in Document 2. Item number 2, that Agricultural Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report to be included. We do have, we have Jamie, who is the applicant, and I believe if the committee carried this item, you're in support. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, so on the item, on the motion from the Vice Chair on amendment? Carried. On the item 3 as amended? Carried. Thank you very much, and thank you, Jane. Item number 4, zoning bylaw amendment, 6981 Fourth Line Road. Item number 1, that Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve an amendment to zoning bylaw 2008-250 for 6981 Fourth Line Road for the proposal of rezoning the retaining land from agricultural zone AG to agriculture zone subzone 4 AG4 to prohibit residential uses and to rezone the sever from the agriculture zone AG to agriculture zone exceptions 1R AG to permit it a reduced lot width of 20 meters as detailed in document 2. And item 2, that Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report. On the item, I have a question. No. Okay. Thank you. Item number 5, zoning bylaw amendment, part of 5758 First Line Road. Item number 1, the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve an amendment to zoning bylaw 2008-250 for part of 5758 First Line Road for the purpose of rezoning the land from rural general industrial rural exceptions 708R RG to rural commercial subzone 2 rural exception 707R to subject the entire property to one zone as detailed in document 2. Item number 2, that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report to be included. On the item, Carrie? Carrie, thank you. Item number 6, zoning bylaw amendment, part of 11 Kilmar Side Road. Item number 1, that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommended council approve an amendment to a zoning bylaw 2008-250 for part of 1192 Kilmar Side Road for the purpose of rezoning a portion of the lands from agriculture subzone 2 AG2 and rural countryside zone RU to agriculture subzone 6 AG6 and rural countryside zone exception 834R to prohibit residential uses on the retained farmland as detailed in document 2. Item number 2, that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report be included. On the item? Thank you. Item number 7 is official plan amendment 2518 Divine Road in Cumberland. Item 1, that Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve an amendment to the official plan volume 1 section 372 by incorporating a site-specific policy for 2518 Divine Road relating to the maximum number of residential lots permitted to be created as detailed in document 4. Item number 2, that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation detail section of this report be included. On the item? Carried. Item number 8 is official plan amendment, Village of Richmond Western Development Landowners Cost Sharing Agreement being 6335, 6350 and 6363 Perth Street and 6305, 6420 and 6431 Ottawa Street and associate and addresses parcels. So the item is that Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve and adopt an amendment to the official plan to add a special policy that requires all landowners within the Village of Richmond Western Development Land as shown in document 1 to enter into a private agreement to share the cost of infrastructure projects and associate costs required to develop the Western Development lands as detailed in document 2. Item number 2, that the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee approve the consultation details section of this report to be included. And we do have our speaker, and that's the same speaker, and I believe Jamie in agreement with the item if the committee carried that item. Is that correct? Okay, we're going to turn it to Councillor Moffett to speak a little bit about this item. Go ahead.
Thanks. I just wanted to provide a bit of context and some clarity in case anyone happens to listen to this later on. But it's just that there was some confusion when this first went out. Notifications like this, any notification for an official plan amendment or zoning amendment has to be distributed to properties within 120 meters of the subject property that is impacted by the agreement or the amendment. And in this case, those within the 120 meters misunderstood to a degree and felt that this was impacting them. This doesn't actually impact any existing homeowner in the village of Richmond. It's only for the future lands in the Western Development lands and how they are to be serviced in the future and how those services are to be paid for. So for instance, in the next 2 to 3 years, we have to upgrade the pump station, we have to upgrade the force main into Canada to permit future growth. The costs of those upgrades will be borne by the landowners within the Western Development lands through surcharge on their properties. It's a specific surcharge for new properties only. So no one who is currently living in Richmond who has already built a house will be subject to this charge. Just wanted to put that on the record so that there is clarity on that. Because I know Cheryl Williams had to respond to a number of concerns on that. So just want to put that on the record. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Moffett, and thank you for clarifying this to your resident, because we don't see many residents from your area concerned about this right now. So again, Mr. Paulson, you're in agreement with the item. On item 8, official plan amendment, is the item carried? Okay, thank you. Item number 9, site plan control bylaw technical amendment, that the Agriculture Rural Affairs Committee recommend council approve a technical amendment to the site plan control bylaw to exclude area below the first floor for a single detached, semi-detached townhouse or multiple attached dwelling unit when calculating gross floor area. And a technical amendment? I think we should ask Mr. Mark about this.
Just curious, what's the genesis of this report?
I think Ms. Steddon would be a better place to answer this than I.
Fair enough.
Chair.
Okay, thank you.
This was just an update from the site plan control report that we brought forward to committee and council earlier this year. And I think there was just simply an oversight in how there was a calculation made. So it was very much technical in nature in terms of making sure it's clear, more clear in the bylaw what was going to be changed.
How was it caught?
Sorry?
How was it caught?
How was it caused?
How was it caught? How did you catch the fact that there was a need for technical amendment? Did anyone get impacted by it?
I believe so, yeah, and through the process that we started to see that there was an issue and we needed more clarity.
Okay, so no one was harmed by the mistake?
That is correct.
Okay, thanks.
But also, we have that at the planning committee. Then we have this item on plan committee as well?
Coming.
Or coming?
Mr. Chair, it'll come to the next
Come,
planning
okay,
committee.
okay.
That's correct.
I won't ask it then.
Okay.
Okay, on the technical amendment bylaw, okay? Thank you. So that will conclude our agenda items. So in-camera items, we have none. Open mic session, no one signed to speak. Notice of motion for consideration at the subsequent meeting, none. Inquiries, none. Other business, none. Adjournment. So moved. Thank you very much, folks, and have a great what's left of the summer. Thank you. Our next meeting, I believe, in October 3rd. October 3rd. Thank you.